Is it?
Yeah.
What's it like working with your son as closely as this on an event like that? I think if I tried to work with my dad on something, there'd probably be arguments galore. How's it? Do you get on quite? Do you get on quite smoothly with him, or who's the boss? Is he the boss because he's the race director here, or are you the boss because you're the dad?
I'm going to be very diplomatic, right? Okay. It's the way most people would expect the relationship to be, and it's been interesting, and notwithstanding any of the challenges we've had, I have thoroughly enjoyed it, and I suspect he has as well.
Yeah. And I mean, one of the elements of this whole event as well is that it's in Richmond, and as Tom said right at the very beginning of the countdown to the event, it's a kind of epicenter for athletics, isn't it? For a variety of reasons. It's the kind of brainchild for London Marathon was there. Park Run came out of that area. I think even Usain Bolt trained there as well when he based himself here in the summer season. Yeah,
I mean, it's always been a great area for runners. Years ago, I was at St Mary's College when I was a student, and I mean, we didn't often go down and run around Kew Gardens because there were so many other options that would never cross your mind. But if my memory is right, I think until Tom started putting events on there, the only previous race that they ever had was maybe 15 years ago, where Nike had some sort of race out of there.
Okay.
But there's been nothing in recent times at all. But I'd say for the field we've got, a small field, it is great. Tom has put on 10K races there with 2,500-3,000 people.
Yeah.
So I'm not suggesting you'd want to be halfway down in that and try and get a personal best, but the venue is absolutely perfect for running because it's a walled environment. It's got incredibly tall, mature trees, and it's therefore pretty sheltered from the wind, whichever direction the wind's coming in. It's I won't say dead flat, okay, because it's not, okay, but it is dead flat, if you know what I mean.
It seems pretty flat to me, yeah, from what I've seen. Yeah, I mean, what's your view on the course and how fast it is? I think a lot of people haven't had chance to look at it properly yet. I've heard that one or two runners have. I just did an interview this morning with Natasha Cockram, who's going to have a look at it for the first time on Thursday afternoon, evening. There's obviously not a lot of people have had chance to check it out yet. You must have been there a few times and walked around. What's your view?
I have. Well, just so you understand the story, whether you want to write it or not, it's another matter. But when we started looking at options in the first place, we were looking at the longest lap that we could get. Okay, remember that the paths and roads we're running on vary between 8 meters wide and probably 4 meters wide.
Yeah.
And therefore, in order to reduce any risk from lapping, the longer the lap you've got, okay, the less lapping. So we had, first of all, almost a 5.6 kilometer lap. And we were quite comfortable with that. We then took showed it to a couple of athletes and a couple of coaches, and there was a view that it was still flat and fast, okay, but there was a view that a couple of the sections were a bit more windy than they needed to be.
Yeah.
So we reviewed the lap and came up with what we've got now, which is essentially one short lap of 1,600 odd meters, and then 12 laps of exactly 3,333.3 meters. Now, I can't ever remember any other race anywhere ever having that much luck, and it was luck. Well, it was luck and Hugh Jones's ability to properly understand the benefits of having a lap of 3,333 meters, which is, of course, that you will always you'll have your 5, 15, 25, 35k marks in one place and your 10, 20, 30, 40 in another place. Yeah. So you only essentially need 2 timing maps for the splits rather than 8.
Yeah.
And so in doing that, the course is now significantly faster than the original one was. There's one element of it which is virtually a 1.4k straight line.
Yeah.
I am biased, right? Okay, I am biased. However, if I was a runner and I wanted to break a world record or something on the roads, I would see that course as absolutely perfect for it.
Yeah.
So in my mind, okay, taking the things out that you can't handle, which is weather, okay, taking that out, the course is as fast as any course I have ever seen. And in my mind, okay, equally as fast as the course that Eliud did his sub 2 hours on.
Yeah, that's quite some statement, because your experience is quite formidable, shall we say? I mean, you must have been to zillions of road races around the world, and
I'm going to take that as a compliment. But frankly, if if I wasn't involved in the organisation of it and I saw it, I would say exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So could I be biased? Yes. Right. Is my judgment on this biased? Absolutely not.
Yeah. How would you have relished this as an athlete? Not just the course, but just the fact it's a standalone trial where you're in the mix with runners from your own country who are all trying to get that selection for the Olympic Games. How would you have relished that? Would you have enjoyed the whole scenario?
It would be wonderful. It would be even better if you could have spectators in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay? Because right, you know, you've seen the stuff that Ben Pochie has done at Highgate.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. In different circumstances, although we might have to watch Walking on the Daffodils, in different circumstances, the atmosphere around this course could be electric.
Yeah.
It won't be, and maybe that actually can't happen. But from a running point of view, it's a great lap and a great opportunity. And I would say a combination of the course and the current conditions relating to shoes, right? Where I don't believe people are cheating, right? Okay, but I do believe that there is clearly some benefit from having them. It doesn't mean to say that, you know, there's not other reasons why people run fast, but a combination of those two factors. Okay, if the weather is half decent, there should be no excuses why people who could do a qualifying time haven't.
Yeah. How do you see the races unfolding? Do you have any? Would you like to make any predictions on who you fancy might do well, or not really?
I did something for Tom's website yesterday, and I'm not sure. I think Ben Connor, without doubt, will run incredibly well, and I think Stephanie Davis equally have great chances. But I think in my mind, I believe that in the women's race there will be more than 2 people who run sub 2:29:30. Okay, there might even be 3 or 4 of them. Okay, so and those 2 people would be selected. And in the men's, I can see at least one. Can Chris Thompson do it? Not sure really. But has he got chances to? Yes. Okay. Dewey Griffiths, has he got a chance? Josh Griffiths must have chances if they're in good shape. So I think we can really see an opportunity where if athletes take it on, and they've got to take it on, they've got to run that fast, or there's no point in messing around in it. So I think we will see 2 great races, and hopefully 4 people selected for the Olympic Games.
Yeah, and marathons are often so unpredictable as well, which is part of the fun, isn't it? Just the fact that so much can happen in those 26 miles. You can get all kinds of upsets and
yeah.
It's probably not the kind of event that you'd want to bet on if there were odds given for the athletes due to it being
well. I have to remind you, as the technical director, that betting is against IAAF and UKA rules. Okay, and therefore I wouldn't comment on odds and betting.
That's true. Actually, I think it's in the IAAF or World Athletics rulebook, isn't it?
It is indeed, which is why I remind you not to lead people on to betting on athletics.
Excellent. So what happens in this final countdown for yourself in particular in these last few days? I guess you'll kind of go on site at some stage close to the race. And
well, I was there for 6 hours yesterday. I'll be there from 6 in the morning on Thursday with Raisy, my partner. She'll be holding the tape measure, and we'll be understanding Hugh's clear calculations and put some lines down just to help us when we start putting cones out at 5:30 in the afternoon, because of course it's open all day tomorrow. So there's no build up tomorrow. Sorry, on Thursday. Okay, so the whole thing will happen after 5:30 on Thursday, and by the time the public come in at 11 o'clock on Friday morning, most of the stuff we're using will be cleared away.
Yeah. So
it's a very light touch without spectators. We haven't got loads of barriers and things like that.
Yeah.
So everyone involved in the race, we have to be clear by 11 o'clock, and then people have to have left the site by 12 o'clock.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be a super early start for everyone on Friday as well. The race walkers off at 6 a.m. It's there's going to be
the race walkers will probably start their warm up still in darkness. Their warm up straight has got some portable lights on it just to help them. We're sort of getting first light at about 25 past 5 at the moment, and sunrise is about 5:45. So the race will be in daylight, but some of that early stuff will be in darkness.
Okay. And you say it's obviously disappointing that we're not going to have a kind of night of the 10,000 PBs style spectator experience, but it's still going to be streamed. People can watch it. I think there's going to be an awful lot of people that are going to be tuning in on Friday morning to watch the action. Not just in the UK, but around the world. There's going to be people who are going to be interested in this. And
I think so. It's an important event for the people doing it. There will be some people who have qualified, who have either decided not to take part and hope they stay lucky, or are injured, and who knows how that would turn out. So I would imagine that they'll be watching every second of it as well.